This is the Gerry Callahan Show.
Let's just imagine it's 2018 or 2022 or 2000, and a Republican president is holding an event at the White House to promote EVs, to promote electric vehicles. In fact, he's buying an electric vehicle. He's driving an electric vehicle, and he's telling American consumers that this is a great product, a great car. You should consider buying EV. Now we'll go to the reaction of the Democrats. They're pissed. They're outraged. They're upset. It is like I've said many times, we are living in an upside down world. Donald Trump is promoting a great American company that has advanced electric vehicles and, of course, saved the earth. And Democrats don't like it. They're not happy, which to me, the beauty of this, when you think about what Trump did yesterday, the beauty of this is expose them as total frauds and liars. They don't care about climate change. They don't care about global warming. If they did, they would celebrate this, regardless of Trump's motivation here. He's promoting EV. He's promoting Tesla. 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, they would have stood and cheered if Joe Biden did this, if Barack Obama did this. They would say, that's wonderful. We all must transition to EVs. We must, or we're all going to die. Well, that, once again, takes a back seat. Their only motive, their only goal is to stop Donald Trump. It doesn't matter. Consider what he did. We're going to get to the Tesla event because it was beautiful. But consider what happened yesterday. It's like this almost every day. I'm going to go through quickly, and we'll get to all of it. But he promoted an electric vehicle, an EV company. He took a big step toward peace in Ukraine when he got Ukraine to agree to a ceasefire. He proceeded in the effort to deport a Hamas supporter. He announced that half of the Department of Education, which has failed American children dramatically over the last 40 years, he announced half of it's gone, and his intention is to eliminate the entire department. And he found billions more in waste, fraud in the American government. And he continued the trade war to protect American jobs and American companies and promote manufacturing in America. What did the Democrats do? They screamed bloody murder on all of it. All of it. They can't stand it. What he's doing right now, you would think if a Democrat president did it, if they went engaged in a trade war with Canada and Mexico and China to promote manufacturing in America, to promote American business, they would stand and applaud, say it's long overdue. The trade imbalance has been going on for decades. Many presidents have threatened this and not done it. Trump is doing it. We're going to get to the tariffs because I don't think people actually understand what's going on here. And we're going to get to Ukraine and Mahmoud Khalil, the new darling of the left, their new martyr, a piece of absolute garbage who came to this country with the intention of eradicating Western civilization, who leads mobs and chanting death to America, death to Israel, who harasses Jewish students. Well, the Trump administration is working towards getting him the hell out of this country, sending him home to Syria. And Democrats are just so upset they can't handle it. This is one of their guys. They love this. They love people who hate America. That's the bottom line. Yes, if you're a far left Democrat, which is almost all of them, you love people like Mahmoud. You love people who chant death to this country, death to America, waving Hamas flags. We'll get to him, but let's start with the event at the White House, because this was just another. This was like the McDonald's drive-through window appearance or the garbage truck. It was so simple, and yet it was genius because Trump is doing the right thing here. He's not doing. He's not trying to make money for Elon Musk. This is a response to what the Democrats have done over the last few days. They've attacked Tesla dealerships. They've firebombed cyber trucks, spray painted them, vandalized them. It is terrorism. That's what it is. It's violence with a political motive. That's the definition of terrorism, and we've seen it. We showed you the videos yesterday. They've set Tesla vehicles on fire, smashed windows at Tesla dealerships, all because they're angry that Elon Musk has volunteered to help find waste, fraud, and corruption, eliminate waste, fraud, and corruption from the federal government. He's doing heroic work. They know it. We know it. We all know it. We see it every day. He's completely transparent. Here's what we're doing. We're finding this waste, fraud, and we're saving the taxpayers billions, which is why most people love it. The average American, the majority of Americans love what Musk is doing, and the Doge team. We'll get to the latest too, because they're finding every day billions and billions in fraud. So what do you do if you're Donald Trump and your sidekick, your friend, is under attack by Democrat mobs? Well, you do what lots of people have done. Sean Hannity did this, bought a Tesla and posted it online. Donald Trump said, I'm going to buy a Tesla. He can't even drive. He's not allowed to drive. Secret Service won't allow it. But he says, I want a Tesla. So what do? They line up about, 7 or 8 Teslas outside the White House and let him have his pick. And he checks them all out. There's a Cybertruck there, different models. And he picks this red one, which is really sharp. That is a nice car. And even someone like me, I never thought I will probably never drive an electric car. I have no interest in electric car. They look cool. I've got a couple friends with Teslas. They love them. It's kind of become a cult, the Tesla people. At least it was until, Musk joined the White House. He picks this really sharp red car, and he says, this is a great company, and we're going to get the people who are attacking it. And on cue, Democrats, liberals, MSNBC, CNN, this is corrupt. This is dirty. He's trying to make money for his friend. Well, his friend is under siege. His company is down like 50% year to year because of the political attacks from the left.
Also, keep in mind that Musk works for Trump for free.
That's true. He works for Trump for free. And it's not free. It's costing him billions.
Great point.
To do this. He is doing this to save the country, and they can't stand it. They have their billionaires who are politically active. They have Soros, George Soros, Alex Soros. They spend their money destroying the country, disabling the country. Musk spends his billions saving the country. That's the difference in our billionaires and their billionaires. But here's Trump, and I just love this because you knew what the reaction would be. He didn't care. Once again, Trump unshackled, Trump unfiltered, Trump just doing the right thing, saying, go out there and buy a Tesla. By the way, it's all American made. As he points out, the parts, the manufacturing, these cars are made in America. It's a great American company. And of course, it's saving us all from global warming and the climate apocalypse. So why wouldn't you get out and do this? Buy a Tesla, support Elon Musk, because God knows he's supporting you. Let's watch some of Trump outside the White House with his buddy Musk and a whole bunch of Teslas.
In a sec, I'll watch Secret Service go crazy. Thank you.
I mean, if you actually drove it around, it would really be wild.
Wow. That's beautiful.
That is a sharp car.
Everything's computer.
I do like that a lot, actually.
That's beautiful. Wow.
It is an amazing car. Musk, by the way, announced that they're going to double the production of Tesla in the next 2 years in America. Double the production from this great American company, cranking out thousands and thousands of more Teslas. It takes a little bit of, it takes some guts now to buy a Tesla, at least at the moment while emotions are high, and particularly Cybertruck. You want to drive a Cybertruck, they're going to come after you. The mobs, the Democrats, who are just so angry that their scams and schemes have been exposed by this great man. Oh, there's little X Musk, one of his 72 kids by his side, dressed just like Dad. That's cute. Isn't that cute? Let's listen to a little more of Trump promoting Tesla.
He said, I'm not doing anything. I'm not going to get involved. Let the country go to hell. He didn't want to do that. And remember, he's going to find, and we're up to almost $500 billion worth of waste and fraud. And it means $500 billion. We're giving $2 billion here, $2 billion, and not millions. It was a bet. If it was $1 million or $2 million, that's a lot of money. But we're talking about billions of dollars being given to defunct, scams, given to people with nothing. They have nothing going. They open up a subchapter S corporation, and they put $2 billion into it from nowhere.
Some of those cars are ugly, but some are real nice.
Some of them. That one, he picked the right one. I mean, by all accounts, Cybertrucks are great. They're just amazing technology, but they are really strange looking. If you buy one, everyone's going to be looking at you, pointing at you, saying, "What's it like?" They're looking at it, and if you're cool with that, if you want to be the center of attention, that's fine. But Tesla sedans like that one are everywhere.
Yeah.
And they are truly amazing. They're super fast. They're very powerful. The technology is just incredible. There's a button. I got a friend with Tesla because Musk is, he's he could be kind of a clown. There's a button you press which makes the seat fart.
Yeah.
Any seat. Any seat. So if you have someone in the back seat in the right side, you hit a button and there's a fart that comes out underneath their seat. Imagine building the car and make that one of your priorities. We want a fart sound, but the stuff it does, the technology is just mind-blowing. And again, a year ago, Democrats were all in. They love this. They would love a president pushing EVs. But once again, they're in a box. They're in a corner. They are what Trump is doing is forcing them to defend the indefensible. What he's doing is exposing them. And in this case, you didn't hear a lot of it, but he's exposing them for being total frauds on climate change. They couldn't stand, they hated this. The US president pushing EVs at a time when we're all, when Earth is in the balance and we're all going to die if we don't get to carbon neutral. Well, there you got a carbon neutral car outside the White House, and they are angry. Do we have that MSNBC crew? They're pissed. They can't stand what Musk is doing here. And you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter right now. The election's over. We won. Trump won. Musk won. They have 4 years to go, and they're going to continue marching on, powering on, and these clowns are just howling at the moon. They're doing the best to hurt Musk's reputation, to kind of slow down his effort. But the thing that Musk and Trump have in common is they don't care right now. Same with most of the cabinet secretaries, Tom Homan, Pete Hegseth, they don't care what they say about him on MSNBC. They've kind of shown you the irrelevance of these hacks just kicking and screaming, full of rage, because they just hate the man and they will never give him credit. They can't even say, you know what, we should all drive EVs, because like we've been telling you for the last 20 years, if we don't, we're all going to die. Here's an MSNBC panel led by Robert Menendez's daughter. I don't know, is this one of the new shows? I don't even know who's on now that they've fired half the staff. But here they are discussing Trump and Musk.
But then you also overnight have this post claiming that protests at Tesla dealerships are illegal. He said today he would label violence against dealerships domestic terrorism. Now, I am judicious in how I play this sound, but I think you need to hear it from him.
Mr. President talks about some of the violence that's been going on around the country at dealerships. Some say they should be labeled domestic terrorists.
I will do that. I'll do it. I'm going to stop them. We catch anybody doing it because they're harming a great American company. Let me tell you, you do it to Tesla and you do it to any company, we're going to catch you and you're going to go through hell.
So just to be clear, you protest a private company, you are labeled by this administration a domestic terrorist.
They're so stupid. Oh my God.
Don't believe your lying eyes. The video you saw of them torching Cybertrucks in Seattle, of them destroying a Tesla dealership in South Carolina. No, that's just peaceful protest. These people are just beneath contempt. They can't even condemn acts of violence. There was one Democrat, Ro Khanna, and he only did it because he got called out. No Democrats condemned the violence against Tesla, a great American car company. They didn't. They support it. They don't. There's your video once again of Cybertrucks on fire. There was a transgender individual arrested for, I think in Colorado, for vandalizing a Tesla dealership. But that's just peaceful protest. No, they're not terrorists who are advancing their political agenda through violence. Now, today, 2025, that's not terrorism anymore. That's just protest. That's just your First Amendment right. You go with that, girl. That's a good take. You know, Trump condemns violence against a good U.S. company, and they think, just to be clear, she says, if you protest, you'll be labeled a terrorist. Does that look like a protest to you? They're back to mostly peaceful violence. That's what they're back to. They have reverted to mostly peaceful violence. That's good. Go for it. I love it. I love it all. I love it all. Again, I'm not sure it's all by design, but what Trump does has put them in a corner. He's one step away from a ceasefire, probably a couple steps away from peace in Ukraine, and they can't stand it. They can't stand. They don't want peace. Democrats, liberals don't want peace. Bernie Sanders said it's the scariest time in America in his lifetime. He's 83 years old. He's a socialist. He's a big fighter for the working class. If a Democrat was conducting a trade war with other countries, with Canada, Mexico, China, in an attempt to bring manufacturing back to the United States, what would Bernie say? This is the best example of party over country I think we've ever seen. The scariest time. This guy was alive, through 9/11, and he's scared right now through the Cuban Missile Crisis, and he finds this the scariest time because Trump is attempting to implement reciprocal tariffs. And I hear these commentators, I hear these analysts all day. I see them online talking about this dangerous tariff war. Why? Why is he doing this? Look at the stock market. And I never gave a lot of thought to tariffs. I'm guessing most people don't. It's not the sexiest topic. But I got a simple question for everybody as we talk about tariffs and this trade war with our allies. What is wrong with fairness? That used to be all that mattered to Democrats, fairness. As the old saying, Republicans worry about what works, Democrats worry about what's fair. So if you say Canada's putting a 200% tariff on U.S. dairy products, if you want to export butter from Vermont to Canada, 200% tariff, is that fair? The U.S. had a trade deficit of over $1 trillion, and maybe that's okay. Maybe, it's part of trade, international trade. Maybe we just have more products we need to import than export. But if he says they put a 25% tariff on X and we're going to do the same, what's the argument against that? I mean, what's the argument against doing to them what they do to us? I mean, I just looked up a few things. Canada, again, 200% tariff on on dairy. Ours on them, I believe, is 2.5%. European Union puts a 10% tariff on U.S. cars. We put a 2.5% tariff on their cars. In 2022, there were almost 700,000 European cars imported to the United States. 116,000 American cars exported to Europe. That doesn't seem fair. Japan has a 700% tariff on rice. Is that fair? I got many more of these. We got the trade, the unfairness of the tariffs from many of our trade, but all of our trade partners is striking. They're not fair. They're not reciprocal. They're not the same. So someone has to explain to me why. I mean, you can make a case, but why is it not okay for a U.S. president to say, I want to have the same tariff on their stuff as we do on them, as they do on us? Explain that to me. I'll give you a few more examples. How about this one? India charges a 100% tariff on U.S. motorcycles. We charge a 2% tariff on Indian motorcycles. What if he says, no, we're not going to do that anymore? You want to charge a tariff 100% on us? We'll do it on you. Is that good for U.S. trade? I don't know. But what's the argument against it? What's the argument against fairness? We saw that with Canada yesterday. They need us much more than we need them. So their premier in Ontario, Doug Ford, the guy whose brother was the crack addict, the coke addict who died, he said he was going to shut off electricity to Minnesota, Michigan, and New York. Immediately, calls were made. He backed down. Now he's coming to D.C. to renegotiate all the tariff arrangements with the U.S. We're going to get a better deal. Trump's going to get a better deal. We have trillions of dollars being invested into this country as we speak. Is it being reflected in the stock market? No, it's not, because it's uncertainty. It's upheaval. Will it eventually show up in the stock market? I don't know. But when you say we want a fair deal and they actually negotiate, they actually acquiesce and say, okay, let's renegotiate, let's make it more fair for the U.S. Why do you have a problem with that? I mean, you might be a free trade hawk, but when he says fair trade, how do you argue against that? If you're, by the way, if you're a good Democrat, if you're a fighter for the working class like Liz Warren and Bernie Sanders and Ed Markey, you're going to say, no, we don't want to have a fair deal with India or Japan or China. We want to continue to let them charge us much more than we charge them. They should be forced to explain that. That's all I'm saying. I know it's not an exciting topic. I know that it doesn't help their party. If you're in the media, it doesn't help your guys in the Democrat Party to say, why can't we be fair? Why can't we have the same deal for us that they do for them? No one can answer that for me. Nobody. Again, I don't know what the right answer is. I guess we will find out. But he says it's all in an effort to bring back jobs and manufacturing to the U.S. What's wrong with that? What could possibly be wrong with that? But I know the answer. It's Donald Trump. That's all. It's Donald Trump. If this were Bill Clinton doing this or Barack Obama, they would be all in. Bernie would be cheering and waving, and Liz Warren would be screaming, and what a great deal it is for the U.S. Well, he doesn't care. He's undeterred. He's fighting on, and it is kind of wonderful to see. We will get to the latest effort from Doge. God, these guys are just doing God's work. It gets better every day. We got some numbers on how much money he's saving you and me and American taxpayers. And Rosie O'Donnell, I got to give her credit. Lots of liberals talk about, leaving the country if Trump got elected. Well, Trump got elected and Rosie moved the hell out. She self-deported And I give her credit for that. Good job, Rosie. Enjoy Ireland. She self-deported to Ireland. We'll tell you about that and more, but first.
Excuse me.
Going online without ExpressVPN is like leaving your laptop unattended at the coffee shop while you run to the bathroom. Most of the time, you're probably fine. But what if one day you come out of the bathroom and your laptop is gone? Every time you connect to an unencrypted network in cafes, hotels, airports, whatever, your online data is not secure. Any hacker on the same network can gain access to and steal your personal data, passwords, bank logins, credit cards, all of it. ExpressVPN stops hackers from stealing your data by creating a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet. Plus, ExpressVPN works on all devices, phones, laptops, tablets, and more, so you can stay secure when you're on the go. It also comes with Identity Defender, a new suite of tools to get your data removed from data brokers, alert you when your data appears on the dark web, and even insure you against data theft for up to $1 million. For me, having online identity protection like ExpressVPN is a no-brainer. I've had my share of problems with online theft before, and it's just not worth the risk. Secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/Gerry. That's expressvpn.com/Gerry to find out how you can get 4 extra months free. Go to expressvpn.com/Gerry. All right, the latest from Doge. Well, we'll start with the Department of Education. New Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, went on TV and announced they're laying off 1,300 of 4,000 employees. Good first step. She was asked, is this the beginning of an effort to eliminate the department? And she said, yes, it is. Yes, we're eliminating the Department of Education. And every time I hear someone scream, Democrats scream, I ask, how's it done? The last 40 years, how's it done? The illiteracy rates have skyrocketed. We have most kids, 8th graders can't read at grade level. They have failed. And most of the people being laid off make like twice as much as your average teacher. They're just hacks. They're just bureaucrats, and they're hitting the bricks. That's step one. Here's from Doge yesterday. And I mean, if you were a real news person, if you were a real reporter, you would go through this every day. Just see what Doge is doing. It's kind of big. This is kind of big news. They just post it and it's like, okay, here we go. Today, NIH, National Institute of Health, one of the most corrupt agencies in the federal government, canceled the following grants. $620,000 for, quote, an LGBTQ inclusive teen pregnancy program for transgender boys. $699,000 for studying, quote, cannabis use among sexual minority gender diverse individuals. $740,000 for examining, quote, social networks among Black and Latino sexual minority men in New Jersey. $50,000 for assessing sexual health among LGBTQ plus Latinx youth in an agricultural community. And $75,000 for researching structural racism. Wow. Only $75,000 for structural racism and and $620 for inclusive teen pregnancy prevention program for transgender boys. Is that where you want your money going? Why can't every American begrudgingly applaud this? Why can't we salute this? This is long overdue. This scam, these schemes, this corruption has been going on for years. And again, it has nothing to do with transgender boys or sexual minority men in New Jersey. It's all about graft and corruption. It's about stealing. It's about fraud. That's what this is. It's all fraud. These aren't real programs. They're not really studying pregnant transgender boys. They are well-connected Democrats robbing the taxpayers blind. And in case you're wondering if it was all on the level, this is from Politico yesterday. A senior official at USAID instructed a number of the agency's remaining staff to convene at the agency's headquarters in Washington on Tuesday for a, quote, all-day group effort to destroy documents stored there, many of which contain sensitive information. The materials earmarked for destruction include contents of the agency's, quote, classified safes and personnel documents at the Ronald Reagan building, said an email sent by USAID's acting director, Erica Carr, and obtained by Politico. This is Politico. This is the media wing of the Democrat Party reporting that they're destroying documents. Gee, why would they do that? I got a question. We've watched for 4 years. We watched them raid Mar-a-Lago, go through Melania's underwear drawer, go through Barron's bedroom. We've watched them raid hundreds of January 6th defendants' homes, guns drawn, FBI, dozens of agents, dozens of officers. How are they not raiding this office like immediately when the story breaks? Where is the FBI? Where is Pam Bondi on this? When are we going to see arrests? I know I'm trying to be patient. I know lots of people out there, they're trying to be patient. Give them the benefit of the doubt. But when are they going to do what they promised to do? Bring justice, accountability to these criminals. USAID was a criminal organization. We know that now. They stole billions from American taxpayers. To me, that's a little bit more egregious than, grandma walking through the Capitol on January 6th. And yet we haven't seen any arrests. Hell, we haven't seen the Epstein list, the JFK files. Again, I think Trump's first 52 days have been glorious, but I need to see arrests. We need to see action. Mahmoud, I'm happy. Mahmoud Khalil was arrested. I look forward to him being deported back to his home country of Syria. That's a good start, but it's just a start. We need people who stole money, millions, billions from taxpayers to be taken into custody. I need to see it. We need to know that it's not just talk. Musk is doing his job. Doge is doing their job. They're exposing the crimes. Well, someone has to pay for those crimes. Pam Bondi. By the way, if Pam Bondi doesn't produce the Epstein files, she will never recover from that. She promised. She failed on that promise. She did not keep that promise. I'm thinking she has days, not weeks, days to produce that list, or MAGA Nation is going to lose faith in.
I think they already have.
You think it's over for her? Well, not if she produces the list today. She's back. She can recover.
Yes,
but I think you're right. People looking at her and saying, "You promised. You saw the list. You said it was disgusting and sickening, and yet you haven't shown us why. Why? What's the explanation?" And we know all these cabinet secretaries are out front. They're on TV. They're all very articulate spokesmen for the Trump agenda. She's going to have to go on TV, go on cable news, and explain why she lied to the American public. And it's not going to go well for her because there's no explanation. You can't say you're hiding the Epstein files because you're protecting the victims. You already said their names are all redacted. They've all been informed. We need the files. We need the flight logs. We need the list. We need the names. Or she will become the first Trump cabinet secretary to be on the outs, and nobody will trust her again. Nobody will think she's doing the right thing or acting independently.
I don't know how true it was, but I saw a report that Kash Patel was trying to get a direct line to Trump.
Yeah, that's
her.
Kash Patel's, I think his press secretary said not true, fake news, that he wants a direct line to the White House. But you're going to have some feuds. I mean, the media is praying that there's a feud, a fight between Musk and anybody they want. They tried to stoke the flames on Musk and Rubio, Musk and Trump. That's their goal right now. The mainstream media's goal is to try to drive a wedge between Musk and Trump and other members of the Trump cabinet, Trump team. Good luck with that, because every day Trump just reiterates that he loves Musk. I mean, Liz Warren tweeted out that Musk is stealing from the American taxpayers, which is ludicrous. And she said, why won't Trump speak out? Well, he has spoken out, Pocahontas. He speaks out every day. He tells you Musk is doing a great job. Musk is doing exactly what Trump hired him to do. That's speaking out, and that's endorsing the effort. And I think Trump genuinely loves what Musk is doing for this country, as well he should. All right, we got so much more to get to. We're going to get to let's get to the big blowout in the House, in Congress, in a hearing yesterday. This was great. I have to say one thing about new U.S. Congressman Sarah McBride. She's from Delaware. He's from Delaware. He's pretending to be a woman. Apparently in Delaware, that's a thing. They love her, and they elected him. And Republicans are not playing along. Unfortunately for Sarah McBride, this is 2025. We are done indulging the delusions of creepy men who like to dress as women. And this is not the first time he's been misgendered, but Congressman Self introduces the congressman from Delaware, and then chaos ensues, led by Bill Keating, Massachusetts congressman. He just erupts. He's just offended that someone would speak the truth, because we're done. We're done playing along. We're done playing along with the fantasies of men who are pretending to be women. Watch this.
Recognize the representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ranking Member Keating, also wonderful.
Mr. Chairman, could you repeat your introduction again, please?
Yes, we have set the standard on the floor of the House, and I'm simply.
What is that standard, Mr. Chairman?
Would
Would you repeat what you said when you introduced a duly elected representative from the United States of America, please?
I will. The representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Mr. Chairman, you are out of order. Mr. Chairman, have you no decency? I've come to know you a little bit, but this is not decent.
We will continue this.
You will not continue it with me unless you introduce a duly elected representative the right way.
This hearing is adjourned.
I think you think
this would be a big deal, 3, 4, 5 years ago. Not anymore. We're done. As Representative Keith Self from Texas said afterwards, in this country now, we acknowledge, we recognize biology. There are two sexes, men and women, and that is a man. And he can be in Congress. He was elected, duly elected. He can be there and perform all the functions. But that doesn't mean everyone else has to play along with his delusions. And we're done. We're done with it. And is that the best you got, Bill Keating? Have you no decency? Decency? Well, I hope they keep it up. I hope everybody keeps it up, because this woman, this pretend woman, he was wearing pink. He had a pink dress on for the Trump speech to the joint session last week, and he was right there with all the other angry Democrat women. And Democrats can play along and they can indulge this guy's fantasy, but that doesn't mean everyone else has to. Those days are over. Sorry, Bill Keating, ain't happening. All right, we got to get to Rosie. Oh, and I want to do Caroline Levitt too. God, she's doing great. She made a mistake yesterday. She's done great so far. She's had a great first 52 days, but she made a mistake yesterday. She called on the AP, and I don't think she's going to make that mistake again soon. We'll get into that and more, but first.
Excuse me.
Going online without ExpressVPN is like leaving your kids with the nearest stranger while you go to the restroom. They're probably not a kidnapper or a serial killer. But why would you ever take that chance? Every time you connect to an unencrypted network in cafes, hotels, airports, whatever, your online data is not secure. Any hacker on the same network can gain access to and steal your personal data, passwords, bank logins, credit cards, all of it. ExpressVPN stops hackers from stealing your data by creating a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet. Plus, ExpressVPN works on all devices, phones, laptops, tablets, and more, so you can stay secure when you're on the go. It also comes with Identity Defender, a new suite of tools to get your data removed from data brokers, alert you when your data appears on the dark web, and even insure you against data theft for up to $1 million. For me, having online identity protection like ExpressVPN is a no-brainer. I've had my share of problems with online theft before, and it's just not worth the risk. Secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/Gerry. That's expressvpn.com/Gerry to find out how you can get 4 extra months free. Go to expressvpn.com/Gerry. In today's F Around and Find Out update, the Trump administration, I love this too, announced they're cutting off funding to universities in Maine because they will not follow his directive to not allow men in women's sports, men in women's locker rooms. They will. That's going to hurt too. They need that. This is from NBC. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has suspended funding for research and programs at the University of Maine, the school said, after President Trump's clash with Governor Janet Mills over the state's refusal to ban transgender athletes from girls' sports. Now that's men. Get that straight. Men. An email received by the University of Maine, the USDA's chief financial officer ordered all payments paused while the department, quote, evaluates if it should take any follow-up action related to possible civil rights violations. The school said that it received $30 million in USDA funding last year. That's over. That's out. It is amazing that that's what these crazy left-wing lunatics, they want to lose. That's small, but that's nothing. 30 million. They're going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars just, again, to indulge the fantasies of a couple of guys, a couple of boys who want to beat up on the girls. They don't care about girls, and apparently they don't care about federal funds. They're going to the wall for the right of boys, bullies, punks to beat up on girls. And now there's a price to pay. Good. Good, Trump. Good move. Keep it coming. Keep it going. All right. Let's do Caroline Levitt before we get to Rosie. And if we have time, we're going to get to Kamala, too. We should do the Kamala update every day like we used to. God, she's back. She's back and as just as dumb as ever. But as we know, Caroline Levitt no longer gives preference to the AP, which is obviously a far left outfit, a propaganda outfit, and they don't get a preferential position, a seat in the press room or on the plane anymore, which is good. I like that. They're giving it to other people, other honest journalists. Well, she made a mistake. She called on the AP guy yesterday to talk about tariffs, and listen to this a-hole. And I'm telling you right now, they're not going to get called on again for the foreseeable future. The question is tariffs, and he wants you to know he's paid tariffs. What tariffs have you paid? Listen to this clown.
This year.
I'm sorry, have you ever paid a tariff? Because I have.
They
don't get charged on foreign companies. They get charged on the importers.
And ultimately, when we have fair and balanced trade, which the American people have not seen in decades, as I said at the beginning, revenues will stay here, wages will go up, and our country will be made wealthy again. And I think it's insulting that you're trying to test my knowledge of economics and the decisions that this president has made. I'm now regret giving a question to the Associated Press. Mary.
That's perfect. She is good, man. She has come out of the gates on fire, and she's like Trump. She just doesn't sleep. Apparently she sleeps 4 hours a night. Just a little baby at home. I don't know how she does it all, but she is there front row center every day. The AP's guy's name is Josh Boak, and he wants you to know he's paid tariffs. Well, if you claim that tariffs are paid for by the consumer, haven't we all paid tariffs? I mean, isn't that the whole point? Your whole point? You paid tariffs. We've all paid tariffs. And she did a great job. She pointed out the goal is to bring jobs home, bring manufacturing home. That's the long-term goal. And we will see if it works out. But I don't think we're going to hear from the AP anytime soon. All right, let's do. Should we get to? Let's get to Rosie.
Rosie, Angel, or Kamala?
Rosie, Angel. Do we have time for Rosie, Angel, and Kamala? Three of my favorite ladies. Again, I give Rosie credit. Lots of liberals said they're going to move. She moved because Trump got elected. There's a long, like 10-minute video talking about how she's happy now. She's in Ireland now, and she's not going to come back anytime soon. Listen to this crackpot.
And I'm here in Ireland, and it's beautiful and warm, not physically. It's actually quite cold. Moved here on January 15th, and it's been pretty wonderful, I have to say. The people are so loving and so kind, so welcoming, and I'm very grateful. I'm in the process of getting my Irish citizenship, as I have Irish grandparents, and that's what's going on, and that's where I've been and what I've been doing. And although I was never someone who thought I would move to another country, that's what I decided would be the best for myself and my 12-year-old child. And here we are. Here we are. I miss my other kids. I miss my friends. I miss many things about life there at home. And I'm trying to find a home here in this beautiful country. And when, it is safe for all citizens to have equal rights there in America, that's when we will consider coming back.
She should go ask the local Irishmen about race and transgender there. See what their reaction is.
Right. Yeah, it's 'cause, they have rights in Ireland. They don't have a quick follow-up, Rose. Well, two questions. Didn't she used to be a comedian, like a comedic actor? She's so dour and miserable. That poor kid.
Yeah.
To live. But my question is, what rights did you lose on January 20th? Could you just illuminate, explain? What rights don't you have? What rights do you have in Ireland that you didn't have in the United States? Just one or two. You don't have to make a long list, but how about one or two rights that you I guess, does she mean because she's a lesbian? Is that why she thinks she has no rights? Okay. What rights did you lose? Donald Trump's the most pro-LBG president we've ever had. He was the only president who was pro-gay marriage before being elected to the office. So what did you lose? What has he done to you? Show us on the doll. Where did he hurt you, Rosie? I don't think she could do that. I really don't. But I didn't watch the whole video. I got to admit. Maybe she does on that long video. Maybe she does. List the things she can't do, the rights she doesn't have in this country anymore. I don't know. But maybe Kamala can explain it to us. Kamala. It is still every day. We got to thank God. We have to get on our knees. Thank the Lord in heaven that we dodged this nuclear missile. It will always be hard to believe that we came 2 million votes, away from, or I don't know, a few 100 electoral votes from this person, this extremely stupid woman, from taking the highest office in the land. There are still out there 5 million people who thought this person was capable of conducting holding the office of President of the United States. She was asked about innovation, I think. It's hard to tell with her. And this is her answer, explaining innovation. Maybe she doesn't know what the word means, but she just is so dumb. Go ahead.
So I was willing to give up whatever might be the tracking of Kamala Harris's particular fondness for nacho cheese Doritos for the sake of getting a big bag of Doritos as I watched the Oscars.
That's the consumer behavior.
And that's right, but here's the thing. At what point do
I can't
we
believe they thought this was
also
going to win.
uplift and highlight the consumer's right to also expect, and you can debate with me if it should be a right. I think it should. To expect that the innovation would also be weighted in terms of solving their everyday problems, which are beyond my craving for Doritos, but about whatever, and I know the work is happening around, the scientific discoveries, for example, to cure longstanding diseases. But I'm going to throw out another one. And you all, again, please get back to me any information you have. I would love it if there would be an investment of resources in solving the affordable housing issue in America. Like, help me with that. Help me with that.
Oh, she explained that on Oscar night, she was watching the Oscars, and she called DoorDash and ordered a bag of Doritos. Is that, I don't.
I'm sure she did.
Is that a thing? I'm not a DoorDash guy, but you want Doritos? You could get anything from DoorDash. You can get whatever, cheeseburger, fries, food. And you ordered Doritos, and she explained that the show was starting. She didn't want to miss the red carpet, so she couldn't go to the store and buy Doritos. She had to call DoorDash and order Doritos. I didn't even know that you could do that. Just, hi, this is Kamala. Can you send me a bag of chips?
Well, imagine being that DoorDash driver being like, who's this high idiot that's just ordering Doritos? And you open the door and it's the former vice president.
And what is it, like $3? And you have a choice of anything and you choose Doritos. She thinks that makes her relatable because, most people, they like Doritos, but they don't call DoorDash. By the way, don't you have a DVR? You could put it on, record it, and go to the store and get your freaking Doritos. But like everything else she does, it's totally made up. That didn't happen. She's just so bad. And she's leading the polls. She's going to be the next governor of California. They're going to vote for that person to run the biggest state in the nation. All right, we don't have time for Angel Reese. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. The WNBA players are threatening a boycott, and it's going to just devastate, both of their fans. I don't think they still don't understand that they don't matter. Only one player matters in that league, only one. And Caitlin Clark, if she boycotts, if she sits out, that's a problem. But that's the only reason people are watching. Angel Reese is nobody buys a ticket. Nobody shows up to see you.
I did enjoy seeing that someone said the WNBA sits out so they get paid what they're worth, and now they owe the NBA $400.
That was the Babylon Bee. All right, let's just play the video, the 19-second video of highlights. These are the players who are demanding more money. By the way, the league loses millions, tens of millions every year. They are subsidized by the NBA. Here's a 20-second video of highlights. It's just comical. They're not really good. They're not good. She's not good. There's Angel going to the left, missing. Going up again, missing. Watch this wide open layup, missing the rim. They're not watching to see you, Angel. They only want to see Caitlin. Sorry. They should boycott. They should. No one will notice, but the NBA will keep, paying the freight. But anyway, we will leave it there for today. Big day today. There's going to be an end of the war. It's going to be every day. We are living in wild times. I know I say this every day, but I'm excited. Stuff is happening. Good stuff. Lots and lots of good stuff. But that will do it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'm Gerry Callahan. This is The Callahan Show, and we will do it again tomorrow.
Oh my God. Is she crazy?
Thank you
Wow.
all. Thank you so very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Oh, too many. Thank you.